Alright, now start.
First step. The first thing you're gonna want to do is boil some water.
It all.
So I already boiled the water. Shouldn't take too long. And just make some tea like you normally would. So you can make it in a mug. You could also make it in a mason jar, which you might be using later to make an individualized like 8-ounce kombucha. But I just wanted to say one thing, or two things that kombucha scobies need to live in general is caffeine and sugar, a source of sugar. So that could be honey, white sugar, agave, or fruit. But each of them take longer for the SCOBY to ferment and eat and digest and everything. So you have to kind of choose, you know, how early you want your kombucha. So another thing is that there are different kinds of tea, obviously, out there, and you want, obviously, caffeinated tea, like I said. You also want a tea that's not additionally flavored already. But I made one that tasted so good. But here's why. It's called Youthberry by Tivana, and it has natural flavor. So it has apple pieces, that was the first ingredient, white tea, candied pineapple pieces, mango, sugar, citric acid, natural flavor, and maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is not a good one, I've heard, so stay away from it. So that was bad for the SCOBY. Didn't look very good afterwards. It was dyed pink, and which is usually just the tea, but it's just bad for the SCOBY when it has bad sugar, so don't use these ones. Then there's these ones that are really awesome, and they're loose leaf teas, so it's not a tea bag, and you can use tea bags. I'll show you. There's like a ginger one, and this one comes in tea bag. But these ones are a loose leaf tea, which are stronger and have a lot more flavor of an actual tea. So you can see little tea like that. And a really good way to make them is the French press. So that's what I've been using, and it does 5 cups. So it's kind of the perfect amount. And you would do, I think, 5 tablespoons. 1 teaspoon of tea into a cup. So yeah, 5 teaspoons, sorry, into the bottom of the thing. Before you put anything in, you can put the loose leaf tea in at the bottom before you put this thing in. Then pour the 5 cups, because this is about 5 cups, pour that all the way up to here, and then let it sit for maybe 2 hours, but that's because you need the water to cool down, because if you pour hot water onto a SCOBY, it will kill it. Make sure to, so when you do pour it into a jar, you're gonna want to stir it with whatever sugar or, you know, source of glucose that you're putting in there. Then you can put the SCOBY in it. And one thing you'll want to do is, you see how the SCOBYs are sitting on top of the water, and they're not, some of them, well, this guy's kind of sinking, but these ones are sitting on top, and that's good. So you want to put the SCOBY on top of the water or the tea that you have put together, and let that sit for 5 to 7 days. I wrote it down as 7 days, but you'll want to kind of sip take sips of it and see what it tastes like. And once you like the taste, then you can take the SCOBY out, put it in SCOBY Hotel, and you'll let them sit together, hang out, and you'll have that SCOBY, or your kombucha without the SCOBY, in the fridge, and then it's ready to drink. Oh yeah, you are always brewing kombucha. That's kind of to keep them alive, and they're always reproducing, so you're kind of always taking care of SCOBYs. That's kind of like the one annoying part of kombucha. So the unused SCOBYs need tea and sugar to live, like I said, and so you have to kind of keep feeding them some caffeine and some sugar as you are brewing your own little kombuchas. You have to keep that SCOBY Hotel, all of those little SCOBYs that are just hanging out in a big mason jar, you kind of have to keep them alive. Whenever you're making your own kombucha or something, make a little extra tea or another batch, and you can just put it in here and they can survive. And you're brewing a kombucha technically, and you can take sips of it and everything, but I think it's kind of odd. It might taste different because there's multiple SCOBYs in there brewing, so I'm not really sure if it would taste good or not. But technically you are still brewing something, so you could give it a try. But just keep them alive. They are little beings, and I don't know if it has a soul, but they're working and they're functioning. So yeah, and they're providing you a drink, so provide them a drink. I think that's about it. Clean out the jars every once in a while, and the way you would do that is just like, the reason why I always have 2 of these going on is so that I can pour it, or at least put the SCOBYs inside here, then clean out one jar, pour them in the other one, and clean out this jar. One last thing is that when you make kombucha, it needs like a starter fluid, I guess you could say. So if you're making your own individualized thing of kombucha, you'll need to put a little bit of what you already have in there. So like this has a bunch of little SCOBYs in it, and it has yeast growing at the bottom, little pieces of stuff, and that's yeast. And the SCOBY needs some amount of yeast to start its culture going. So yeah, good luck, enjoy.